The 23rd General Convention mandated the Council to hold high the tapestry of justice and peace in a broken world. An indication of the Council's awareness of the prevailing conditions in this country and how such is related to the conditions in Asia and the rest of the world.
Sa paglanding ng helicopter sa dambuhalang warship na USS Green Bay, tanaw na tanaw ang lakas ng puwersa militar ng Estados Unidos.
State prosecutors were able to file a murder case against the suspect, U.S. Marine Joseph Scott Pemberton, given that the accused is an American serviceman. No American soldier has ever served a full sentence in the Philippines.
Gigi, nakapiit na dito sa PNP Custodial Center ang mag-asawang Benito at Wilma Chamzon na nahuli ng AFP at PNP sa Cebu kahapon. Gayunpaman, ayon sa kanilang mga abogado, iligal daw at talabag sa kasunduan ng GPH Peace Panel at ng CPP-NPA ang naging pag-aresto.
Samantala, tuloy ang peace talks ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas at National Democratic Front sa darating na Mayo sa Norway. Iniyag ito ni CPP founder Jose Maria Sison.
We began the quadrennial with an outline of the architecture of the Council's plan of action for 4 years as APSIS, the plural form of apse, that architectural design found in church buildings or in the sanctuaries of such buildings. APSIS stand for Advocacy, Partnership, Service, Ecumenical Education, and Self-Sufficiency. The Council engaged in human rights advocacy, education, and direct services to victims of human rights abuses. In large part, this was made possible through the funding support of the European Union. The EU has agreed to support the NCCP again as part of a wider consortium of human rights and people's organizations providing advocacy and direct services to human rights defenders. The NCCP has also provided leadership to the Philippine Universal Periodic Review Watch. The continued failure of government to address the roots of armed conflict in the country over the last 4 years made the Council more resolute in peace advocacy and education with member churches, other peace groups, and also a more active engagement in the Philippine Ecumenical Peace Platform. The NCCP has been instrumental in bringing together migrants, advocates, and churches around the issue of migration and development, not only in the Philippines, but also on an international level through our work with Migrante International to establish and support the churches witnessing with migrants. Significant meetings were held in New York, USA in 2013, Stockholm, Sweden in 2014, and in Istanbul, Turkey in 2015. The Council produced a policy document on human trafficking in 2015 and has also been active in the Philippine Movement Against Human Trafficking or PMAT, which brings together the efforts of the NCCP, CBCP, and PCEC. The Council was also engaged in providing advocacy and practical support to the family of Mary Jane Veloso. The Council has also focused efforts on advocacy together with people living with or personally affected by HIV and AIDS. This work has been in partnership with Bread for the World Protestant Development Service. This has involved education and awareness building with constituents and increased advocacy for the provision of appropriate services to people living with HIV. The Council's engagement and advocacy on behalf of indigenous peoples continues to be a major task. The NCCP has continued to involve church women in the struggle against violence against women in all its forms. The Council in the past 4 years has had significant international engagement and is highly regarded internationally, especially for our clear stance on human rights, justice, people-oriented development, and our effective and timely response to Typhoon Yolanda. In March 2012, the Council hosted the World Council of Churches Commission on World Mission and Evangelism pre-assembly event, Together Towards Life, called to live out the hope in Christ. The Council's engagement flowed through into the holding of the World Council of Churches Assembly in Busan, Korea. The NCCP also played a significant role in the Christian Conference in Asia, where Father Rex Reyes Jr. was able to hold the position as one of the presidents of the Assembly. Several members of the General Secretariat and leaders from NCCP member churches have actively participated in different international bodies. We are thankful that we are given opportunities to sit in these bodies. We have learned much from our partners. We also ensured that we bring in the ecumenical voice and perspective of the Council in these bodies. At the home front, we continued to strengthen our partnership with the Catholic Bishops' Conference in the Philippines and the Philippine Council of Evangelical Churches through our work in the Philippine Interfaith Movement Against Human Trafficking, the Philippine Ecumenical Peace Platform, and the regular observance of the Week of Prayer and Christian Unity. We tried to work more closely with some of the regional ecumenical councils like the Regional Ecumenical Council of the Cordillera or RECORD, the Western Visayas Ecumenical Council or WIVEC, the Romblon-Mindoro Ecumenical Council or ROMINEC, and the Cotabato Regional Ecumenical Council or COREC. We also welcomed new initiatives within the regions that consolidate ecumenical undertakings like the Southern Tagalog Regional Ecumenical Affairs Movement or STREAM and the Ilocos Sur Ecumenical Movement or ISEM. We also paid attention to our commitment to some of our associate members. The service component of the Council is an enduring aspect of our witness. We responded to the needs of victims of human rights abuses through sanctuary and support services and to communities in need after internal displacements or natural disasters through relief and rehabilitation and training in disaster response and risk reduction.
Ilang lugar sa Eastern Visayas ang tila hindi pa rin daw naaabutan ng tulong ng gobyerno para tuloy ang makabangon sa bangungot ng Yolanda. Pero sa tulong ng mga NGO o non-government organization, nakakasilip ng pag-asa ang mga nakaligtas sa bagyo.
Our response to the destruction wrought by Typhoon Yolanda or Haiyan to the ACT Alliance was unprecedented in the life of the NCCP because of the scale in the response and the intensive engagement with international partners.
Malaking tulong sa pagbangon dito ang mga non-government organization o NGO. Isa na rito si Jeffrey Cabero, community organizer ng NCCP ACT Alliance na tumutulong sa mga nasalanta para magkaroon ng mas ligtas na permanenteng tirahan.
Yung bar namin para sa bubong, para kahit humangin. 4 na kanto yan, meron yan nakalak. Hindi siya uugang o matanggal basta-basta.
Our response also included efforts to engage in advocacy with the people and support their just claim to what is rightfully theirs. Our HIV and AIDS program managed to provide medical assistance in terms of laboratory tests and some medicines to people living with HIV, and provided short-term shelter program to those urgently in need of a safe space. Small assistance to groups of people living with HIV who engage in spiritual retreats and studies were also provided, as well as rendering counseling services to their families, as well as modest burial assistance in some cases. The strength of NCCP's development and service programs is our ecumenical consensus around our approach to development. This has been established firmly through a series of milestone consultations and documents such as the Angono Document and the Tagaytay Covenant. As part of our Jubilee, We held the development consultation in March 2014, which produced a Jubilee Statement on Development. The statement affirms the early consensus documents of the Council and moves us forward into the direction of people-oriented development approach. Developing ecumenical leaders for the present and the future has been a major task undertaken by the Council. We are committed to provide opportunities for ecumenical engagement among our children, youth, and women through the different education programs created and designed for them.
God give us a servant leader, the one who walks in God's ways, a leader who stands for the poor and oppressed, a lover of justice and peace.
The life and ministries of the Council have been sustained by partners, member churches, associate members, and individuals who stood with us, believed in our ecumenical perspective, and shared the principles upon which our service and programs rest. The member churches and associate members have also done their share in supporting the work of the Council through the regular membership fees, not to mention their support expressed in some other forms. Nevertheless, we also recognize the risk of project fund dependence. The urgent need for sustainable support initiatives stare us in the face. We remain hopeful that this coming quadrennial will see a more financially stable Council. Organizationally, the Council undertook the development of needed institutional policies that will strengthen our work as an institution. We hope that through these policies, the work of the Council will become more efficient and effective.
Kailangan ng lahat ang kasaganang lupain ay higit pa kaysa sapat. Uunahin muna natin ang sa kanya'y mahalaga. Sama-sama dalanasin buhay na kasiya-siya.
For the next 50 years of the life of NCCP and the next quadrennium, let us all together launch into the deep for justice and peace. As we continue our ecumenical journey together, let us honor those who have gone before us during the years in review. We thank God for their gifts and the life they shared.